Did you just call me daddy?
Well, that was for off air.
Computer's running very slow.
There we go.
All rise. Order in Z court. Yeah, Creed's computer is running like just I click a button and it's just like, oh, did you mean to do that? And anyway.
If Creed's computer was a person, it'd be that person sitting there in them stripes.
Yes. Bigfoot. Glad you're here. Thank you for the doll hair getting going on the But I Love Her Express.
More to come about that here in a few minutes. So today's show is a little bit different. We do have a TPO classic.
Welcome.
You say that? Wakey? Wake-eye?
Wacky.
Wiki. But sometimes you don't get what you want. Nobody ever airs the ones that are either come to a compromise or the other person doesn't show up. So we have two examples of that today. The first one we'll watch real quick will be where they go into negotiations before they come to the court. And this man and woman come to an agreement. But this man, he's I don't know what to say about him. We may have to pull his man card, Creed. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm looking at all the comments of 5 before 1 before we go. And everybody, where are they? What's going on? I bet they'll be here at 4:05.
See, look at that. We're here, though. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And then we'll have, after our TPO between a father and a daughter, after that, we're going to have another case where the respondent doesn't show up. So the petitioner gets to plead their case to the judge still. And there's a lot of craziness involved in that. So we're going to just jump right into this nut house. And we'll just go from there. Good to see you, Rich. Kenya and her beautiful eyes.
And Courtney and Angela.
Don't forget Angela. Did we take the picture off the wall because there was court?
Yeah, like they're doing Catfish when they're in a hotel room. Apparently, they can't show the artwork that's on the walls. I'll never understand that, but okay. They had to explain it.
Now that you say that, I remember them doing that kind of craziness.
Yes, I mean, and why are we awkwardly just sitting here with her? She's not even talking to us right now.
I mean, she seems like she could whoop our asses. I don't know.
Oh, somebody else is here. Thank God.
This guy.
Now it's a party.
All right. Good afternoon now to you both. We have been working nonstop since this morning's calendar, and I understand y'all have been speaking with the facilitator as well.
No.
I'll just reiterate, since we just went live again, that any unauthorized recordings are prohibited and can subject one to criminal contempt consequences for any viewers out on the World Wide Web or anyone participating in these any unauthorized recording. So at this point, this is position
I'm served.
22 on today's calendar, 233942, Kimberly Hutton versus Devon Millhouse. I understand that the parties have, through the facilitator, reached an agreement at this time in this case. So what I'm going to do is swear both of you in and make sure it's what you agreed to. And then if so, it will be filed and become order of the court. Okay?
What is...
So at this point...
is he laughing or crying?
Both of you will...
Creed, I believe this gentleman has just now broke down to tears.
Oh, almost looked like he was laughing. That was almost like a laugh cry for a second. Oh, you want to do a high five? Come on, Judge. That's all right. Not my favorite, but we can high five.
Judge woke, by the way. Yeah, he's breaking down. Not a good thing. I'm wondering.
Is he in love? Or?
Maybe.
Please unmute and raise your right hand.
Huh. Hell of a way to start, huh?
Thank you. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony...
Shane! Making great moves today.
Yeah, he's already come to an agreement on this petition for a TPO, but yet he's still really broken up.
Sure is.
Maybe we'll get a little more backstory on this young man, He's just not feeling it today. Chin up, young man.
Get your crooked. He's playing video games.
He's a gamer, babe. He's a gamer.
Money you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury. Miss Hutton?
I do.
And Mr. Millhouse?
I do.
Thank you.
Oh, we're assholes. Oh my God, we just laughed at it.
Well, that was funny though. I'm sorry. That's can you back? I just want to hear that one more time.
Dude.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Truth under penalty of perjury. Miss Hutton?
I do.
And Mr. Millhouse?
I do.
Thank you. And I do appreciate your efforts in coming to a resolution in this case. And I know these cases can be very hard for everyone involved. So the order that I received is that it will be a 12-month dating violence order. It will be in effect from today's date through May 10th of 2024. And the respondent will not have any contact, direct or indirect, with the petitioner and not come within 100 yards of her residence, place of employment, or school. And
Judge, we work at the same place.
so I'm
Oh shit. Workplace romance gone bad, Creed.
No, I hate that.
Is it one of the first things you learn as an adult once you get a job? You don't. I believe the term is poop. Where you eat.
Yes, where you eat. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, that's what happens.
And he's definitely dropped a deuce here on this one.
Yes.
just hold on. Let me get through the order, and then you can
Okay.
let me know if there's any questions about it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So back to, and I'll just add to that section C paragraph.
By the way, what kind of work do you think they do? I'm thinking teachers.
Well, I could see that.
I'm thinking school teachers.
All right, let's go with that.
That's my guess. I
I'll
could
just
be
say
wrong.
educator.
Ain't that the same damn thing?
He did. He cleared up that. Yeah, when he just asked that question, it's like nothing ever happened. I wasn't crying. Nothing. I wouldn't do that.
He's emotional.
11, which says, in this other section of paragraph 11 of the order, it says respondent will return the petitioner's vehicle, an Infiniti FX35, with the assistance of the DKS, DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. There's a phone number in there to.
Whoa.
I saw that.
Whoa.
Did he just get a he live on Twitch? Just got a dono from Carol, and he's like, "Hey." Next thing you know, he's gonna be going like this. Dude, you can't do that when you're sitting here in chords.
Okay.
Did you hear Hallelujah?
I guess so. So he has her car. He's got to give her car back.
Uh-huh.
And then he kicks this, which, please, guys in the truck, no comments will be placed during this, because this is a gesture of love, and we do not want to miss every.
Hold on, I gotta say, Trisha and Kiernoff both.
Ooh,
banking
banks.
I actually really like. That's entirely. I'm changing mine to that.
Ooh, well, they work together, so keep it together.
An Infiniti FX35 with the assistance of the DKS, DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. There's a phone number in there to arrange that. So, sir, hey, we can't have that going on right now. She said she doesn't want contact, and so that's not helpful. Okay.
I'm sorry. I
Thank you.
just loved her.
Okay, I understand.
I'm glad that we cleared that up. I thought he was in love with Judge Woke all of a sudden. Like, wow, Judge Woke getting some action here today. I was like, damn, he got over her quick.
Wow.
This guy's running his game in here in the courtroom. That's a big no-no. You don't do that, kids. Just if you've learned anything today, you don't start. And she's like stone-faced, like
he's not even subtle about it. I mean, he's waving his arms around, and he must really.
I mean, he's not even subtle at all.
Angela, thank you. And I love how he threw in the but I loved her, Your Honor.
But I loved Your Honor.
understand, but at this point, they've come to a situation where there needs to be some boundaries, okay? So, he will return the petitioner's vehicle, with the assistance of the sheriff's department at the phone number listed in the order on or before May 18th of 2023, okay? So you can reach out to them to do that. And it does say that the parties both work for Scientific Games from their residence.
Oh,
Scientific Games, Creed. Look that up.
I don't have to look that up. That is owned by Williams, and SG Scientific Games makes slot machines.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we
Or
were
Williams
very
now
wrong.
Williams back in the day with Bally made pinball machines. The old Williams machines, which turned into Scientific Games, and then Bally is also part of their slot machines.
Okay.
So I didn't see that coming.
Are they both at work right now? Look at those door frames.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. Hers could be home, but
Hers is open. Like the door's swung open in that room.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they work from home. Yeah,
Entirely possible.
Sounds like a good job.
The best part is her being just completely stone-faced through the whole thing.
Somebody said stone-faced samurai.
Yeah. Love it.
But are not required to directly work together, and that the respondent will refrain from contacting the petitioner through Microsoft Teams or any other means. Okay? So is that the agreement that you agreed to, Ms. Hutton?
Yes.
Thank you. And is that the agreement that you agreed to, Mr. Millhouse?
Reluctantly, yes.
Okay.
That's the starting line.
Is this the first girlfriend he's ever had? I mean, come on, man. Get it together.
This is bad. By the way, is she older than? I mean, usually, I can't.
I don't know. She's definitely easy on that. As I imagine her, pulling that string on there and the locks falling down and just being.
Lola, I can see that. I can see that.
You made me do this.
You made me. This is your fault. Your fault.
We're not trying to make jokes of this, but we are making jokes of this. Thank you, by the way, to the world's most dangerous chat over here that has just kept me in stitches as I've watched different things come by. You guys are amazing. Just want to put that out there. Whew. Here we go.
So based on that, the order will be filed with the clerk's office once it is signed, and then you can get a copy of that order from the clerk's office if you do not receive one via email. Okay? All right. Thank you both. I appreciate your efforts in this matter, and this will conclude this case.
That's easy.
What a guy. What a great dude.
Wow.
It's a peach. Real peach. All right, heading on.
But she's a young girl.
Oh, hold on. It's trying to jump ahead. Don't do
All
that.
right. 8 minutes
extension
into
of
it.
the order
Ragamuffin,
by 12
hurrah.
months. And again, that is a preponderance of the evidence burden that needs to be met. So at this point, I will ask both of you to please unmute and raise your right hands.
There was a lot of discussion in the chat, by the way. If that hat is like Little House on the Prairie type hat.
It's not flattering by any means.
It's very interesting.
Just like Knox.
Hold on. You just need to unmute. There we go. Okay.
One of Mikey's favorite
Do you
shows.
solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under penalty of
Does
perjury?
this work?
Mr. Uha
Not enough echo.
Yes.
and Ms. Uha.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can lower your hands.
Hoo-ha?
All right. So
Hoo-ha.
at this point, we're going to keep the other party
Hoo-ha.
muted while, and myself possibly as
Jane,
well.
thank you.
As
5
one
pounds.
party
Screen
is
needs a Mountain Dew.
testifying,
We
just
are
keep down any background noise on this platform. And we won't be, nobody will be interrupting anybody because not only is it not proper and rude, it's also hard to understand when multiple people
Shower
are talking
cap,
at once,
okay.
especially on the Zoom platform.
Did she just take
So
a shower?
at this point, I will hear from you, Mr. Uha. Let me ask you a few initial questions. And note that the petition in this case was filed on April 17th of
A bonnet.
2023. The ex parte order was issued on April
Bonet.
4th. I'm sorry, April 19th of 2023, and service was made upon the respondent on April 24th of 2023. So at this point, sir, how do you know Miss Yuha, the respondent?
She's my daughter. She's the last born.
Okay.
Miss Hoo-Ha the Lesbone? The lesbian? Is that what he just said?
Is that what he just said? Why would you throw that? How are you related? Lesbon. Let's make sure we heard that right.
Yeah, please.
There is an accent.
On April 24th of 2023. So at this point, sir, how do you know Miss Yuha, the respondent?
She's my daughter. She's the last born.
Okay.
It sounds like he's saying that.
How long has she lived with you?
Why?
Up until this recent order.
Oh, since she was born. But I've been working with the UN, so I'm in and out of the country. But she's been living with me since she was born.
All right. And how old is she?
She'll be 28 next month.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. And why did you file this order? Why did you file your petition, and why are you requesting protection under this order?
On the 14th of April, I went out, and then when I came back, there was somebody in my house with her. Somebody they were coming together from her room. So I asked the person, who are you and what are you doing in my house without permission? And then Mimi became verbally aggressive, that I should not ask the man any questions. And then the both of them became very aggressive, and then I called 911.
Now, when you say they became aggressive,
right?
because one of the things the court has to determine, obviously there's people living in the same house, disagreements. People don't like it when people break other people's rules or make rules for them. But then there's the acts of family violence that.
Isn't she a little old to be living at home still?
20. I don't think so anymore. I think that between your 20s and 30s now, everybody stays at home. That's how they can afford the luxury goods. I heard that on talk radio not long ago. Seriously, about mid 20s to 30s now that are living with parents. That's why there's such an uptick in luxury goods sales, because they're working good jobs, making good and staying at home. They don't have like all these other bills, so they're out buying stupid great stuff like Rolexes and
things we can't afford.
No, and
Bastards.
never will. Yeah,
bastards.
By the way, I'm pretty sure 30 or more people told us last board. Thank you very much.
Good job, guys.
For. And so I'm trying to, that's why I may be asking both of you certain questions as we go through this process. So when you say they became aggressive, what specifically did that look like?
No, she came towards me and then said I should not ask the man any questions. And it was verbally aggressive where she came through. And I called 911. Before 911 could come, she went and was trying to open the back door through the garage so that the guy would leave the home.
The guy was opening the back door? I'm confused about that. Do we even need to break that down?
He sees a man leaving his daughter's room with his daughter. He asks the man who he is. The daughter says, "Tain't none of your business who this is. Don't ask him any questions." And he says, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. He's trying to get out the back door. That's pretty much surmises it all. 29. Well, gives me lots of hope.
Yeah, 28, the new 15.
She used her elbow to choke hold me.
When you say, let me ask you this real quick. When you say you tried to stop her, what do you mean by that?
She was trying to open the back door through the garage, and I head onto the door.
So you were holding onto the door?
Yes.
Okay.
And then she had me with her elbow against the wall. Actually, it was the intervention of the man who was with her who told her to leave me. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened.
Okay, so she used her arm like this to push
The
him up against the
elbow.
wall and like hold him against the wall by his throat.
Yeah, which
That's
I don't think that's not. I
That's-
don't think that's how you should treat your father. But
That's kind of aggressive when you're just asking, who the hell is this?
well, he just broke up some backdoor action, so she was kind of mad about that.
You
Obviously,
keep him out of the back door then.
After the guy left, she continued the verbal attack, and then she came to me 3 times and said, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And
That's serious. You don't say that. You don't say that.
I mean, one time, but when you say it 3 times in a row,
That's how you know they mean it.
right?
And that's how Bloody Mary appears.
that frightened me, and that made me really scared.
Good on him not to knock the shit
And
out
it
of
was
her.
for this reason that I filed a protection order.
Put an elbow against me, you're gonna be feeling it.
Go Fred
Right.
Sanford. 5 across your lips.
And this is not the first time she has brought people in the house when I'm here. And
That you
on
know
2
of.
occasions,
He
I
just
have
said he's out of the
politely told
country a
her that
lot.
It's not,
Where's
as
the
a
UN?
parent, it's not correct. If you come to me and you introduce that this is your boyfriend or this is somebody that you plan to be with, I will understand. And this has happened with my other 3 kids. They introduce their boyfriend, they can come here. But when I don't know anybody, and today you bring somebody else, the other day, somebody else, I feel that that is not correct.
So there's hot and cold running men out of her room. And I get what he says, like, you know, let me know these people in my house. I'd like to know who's in my
Right.
home. I own my home.
Absolutely.
You're staying with me.
And
pay
I
the
would be
bills.
that. I would be that same way. I'd be really weird about that. I would be the absolute same way, even at that age. But I do like how he's. I mean, he said he's out of the country a lot.
Misses a lot.
So
don't have
I, you know, I mean, it's probably not the only man that she's. had
Well,
to go
he's
to
done
war with.
said there's you know, different people here at the house.
But I get that. I understand him. Yeah, I understand that for sure.
I would have to get like a hotel room or something. I don't think I'd want to bring my lovers up in my parents' house where we're like, all right, be quiet. My dad's downstairs. He just got home from the
Go to
UN.
Motel 6, Super 8, Red Roof Inn. Is that not worth $40? God, the guy will pay it. I promise you. The guy, if you tell what you're doing, the guy's gonna pay.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God.
So that's an example of a disagreement of between persons living in the home, but may not in and of itself not qualify as family violence, right?
Yeah, but the
So
one that
I'm trying to look at this because this isn't an eviction process. This is an intervention for violence. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Has she threatened you or been violent with you in the past?
no, but she has been verbally aggressive. But this time, what really broke
Gary.
Don't say it. 3 times, that'd be trouble.
the comments back for me was when she told me on 3 occasions that I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill you.
Oof.
And you said that was after the police left?
That was after, that was on the 14th.
Okay. Was that before the police came or after the police left?
She said this before the police came.
Okay. And did you tell the police that?
I did.
And what did the police do when they arrived?
They told me to file for TPO.
There you go.
All right. Was anybody else present when she made those threats?
No, it was just me and her at home.
Okay. All right.
I'd love to know that too. I hope she asks.
So was that occasion the only time that she's been aggressive with you or violent with you?
I think so. That was the time that really scared me because she's been verbally aggressive, but this time when she went as far as threatening to kill me, that was different.
When you say verbally aggressive, what is that? What specifically does she say and do?
Well, there was a time she even told me that she calls me all kinds of names. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm foolish. I'm stupid. Those ones don't matter to me so much because she's a young girl, and you know, I felt that as she grows up, she'll begin to change. But when she went as far as threatening to kill me, yes, I'm old. I don't mind dying, but I don't want her to destroy her future by doing something stupid.
When you said
I don't mind dying. I just don't want her to ruin her future doing it.
Are we using another protection order again for an eviction? Is this what we're doing again here? I hope it doesn't come down to that.
Maybe. I mean, I hadn't thought of that aspect, but again, hopefully that's not it. Hopefully it's Wendy. Hopefully it's legit.
she placed you in a chokehold, can you describe for me what that looked like?
She used her elbow like this and held me by the neck.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 66.
Okay.
Still having to work. That's gonna be me and Creed.
All right. Okay. I will hear from. Well, let me ask you this, Miss Uha. Do you have any questions you would specifically like me to ask him factually about what he's testified to? Noting this isn't a time to testify, you will have that opportunity. But if there are any specific questions about what he testified to, you would like me to ask.
What was his implication in all of this? What caused the retaliation for the violence on my end?
Okay, so her question is why? I think her question is, do you know what happened to prompt her acting violently towards you?
Yes, for me, it was because they were coming from upstairs in the room. And I stay in the guest wing. I was coming and then I saw the guy coming and I asked him.
He stays in the guest wing?
It sounded like, what are you?
Two things wrong with that. One, homie should be living in the guest wing. And two, my God, they got a house that has a guest wing.
Well, yeah. I'm guessing because he's gone so much, maybe? I don't know.
That's it.
Who are you and what are you doing in my house? And that was what prompted her action.
Okay. All right. Any other questions, Miss Uha?
Well, that's not what I meant. I just meant
Okay, what question was your specific question?
When he says that I put him in a chokehold, Ms. Davis, what action prompted me to do that to him on his end?
That's kind of speculation about why. Okay. Why do you believe she acted and placed you in a chokehold?
What did you do that made me choke?
I told you that they were trying to go to escape through the garage door.
Okay.
And then I head onto the garage door.
Okay.
To allow 911 to respond. And it was at that point, they were in front of me, herself and the man. And it was at that point, she wanted to get out of the door. And that was how she used her elbow to place that chokehold on me.
And was he trying to making sure that like the dude didn't leave until he got 911 there?
I think possibly
he...
that, and I guess trying to identify this guy. He wanted to know who he was. I mean, I'm sure he was a little angry. But I mean, not chokehold. You should put me in a chokehold angry.
Right.
It is his house.
And his guest wing. Shelly, thank you. 3 bones.
Thank you, Shelly.
Okay. All right. You have another question, Ms. Uha?
Yes, Judge Davis. So did he put his hands on me at any point during this altercation?
Good question.
All right. Did you put your hands on her at any point during the altercation?
The only time I tried to push her off was when she put the chokehold and I was barely able to breathe.
Right answer.
I tried to push her away and she held me very strong. It was the intervention of the man that made her to let me go.
Oh, wow. The man saved him. The stranger saved him, Creed.
All right. Any other questions for him, ma'am?
No, Judge Davis.
Okay. Do you have any other evidence you want to present, sir?
No, I don't have any evidence. I was the only one at home with her and the man.
Okay. Did you have any bruising or after effects of the chokehold?
Yes, for about a week and a half, I had pain in my throat. I have an appointment with an ENT, but it's on the 7th of June.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's pretty significant.
Okay. All right. Okay. So at this point, ma'am, I'm going to let you.
That really does make her look terrible in this situation. That little tidbit that he just dropped.
I mean, to me, that puts in the mind of the judge. This guy's having residual pain. He's now having to go to an ENT to see what's going on.
And the guy, the other guy, the whole person that this is about is the one that literally stopped everything. It sounded like.
Yeah.
So therefore, making her look even worse,
what
like
you
a
like
turd.
To know about the
Real
allegations.
Would you like to hear the story over? Or what would you like to hear, Judge Davis?
Whatever you want me to know.
The truth.
So yes, like he said, the guy that was at our house, his name is Michael. He's actually a family friend of ours. His aunt recently passed away, so that's why he was at our house. My mom actually prepared a whole gift for him, so I was giving him
because his aunt passed away.
Is it you? Is she talking about you?
Tell me
$1.
Thank you. My aunt passed away a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not me.
Real quick,
Florida.
Bishop's uncle is in front of Judge George. I wanted to see him very quickly, and we'll come right back. Hold on. Wait, wrong. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Uncle Curtis.
Yeah.
Good to see Uncle Kurt.
Samson.
Gift. We were coming from upstairs. He says my room, but it's upstairs because he can't go upstairs because he lives downstairs. So upstairs is just me and my mother.
He lives downstairs, and her mother live upstairs.
Okay, boy, we're learning a lot about this family. Okay,
Yikes.
so I'm guessing that first of all, mom doesn't mind her bringing over men, and that they might not be together anymore. Or they're together for the kids, for the elder kids.
They just stay in together because it costs more for them to get a divorce. Way more than $3.
Jessica, thank you. 3 bones. Appreciate you. The black eyes.
The blessings.
But anyway, so brought the gift down. So we're coming out of
Upstairs.
the door. He approaches him at the stairs. He grabs him by the arm and he goes, who are you? Who are you? Why are you in my house? I'm like, let him go. Number one, this is Michael. Of course, he's not listening at all. He's known Abigail, mind you, since I was born. So, which is very frustrating for me.
Which one is Abigail?
So,
I'm guessing Abigail's the aunt that died.
Oh, trying to follow along. Sorry,
that's just a guess, though.
All right.
Instead, he's grabbing onto him and then ensues to call the police. The police are on the phone. He's grabbing onto Michael, yelling, they're trying to assault me. They're assaulting me.
I'm thinking
meanwhile, we're trying to get out the door. I'm saying, Michael, just leave. Just leave. Michael's like, sir, I just want to leave. Because if you want me to leave, I'm going to leave. So then we were trying to go to the front door. So then we're spinning around the house. So then we try to go through the garage door. We get to the garage door. I open the garage door. He slams the garage door on my arm and then ensues to try to choke me. Soon as he put his hand on my throat, that is when I retaliated and choked him back.
Okay, so we're saying you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a
record, baby.
Oh, like a record. Yes, absolutely,
yes,
like a record.
Right,
good
right.
analogy.
Right, yes.
And then he placed his hand upon her throat. Now, we didn't squeeze or anything, but yet we come back with the very forceful choke against the
Jessica,
wall.
I'd love to hear that. That's awesome. Say hi to mom for us, please.
Tell mom what's up.
All right, so she's going to spin this into she was not the aggressor. It was all him, basically, is what she's going to do.
That's where she's going with
I
it.
don't know if I believe this so far, but continue.
You choke me, and I'll choke you back.
Right.
That is where the chokehold came from, Judge Davis. After that, like I said, Michael, he broke it up. He was like, Mimi, relax. I let him go. Ended up, Michael walked outside, went to his car. That's when the police came. We gave our statements.
Wouldn't Michael be the perfect witness?
Yeah. I was just thinking that too.
Where's Michael? We need Michael. God, please let Michael be here.
And
there's been no mention of him, so I don't think that he's going to be making it. I mean, it would be great if he made an appearance because you're absolutely right. That would wrap this whole thing up perfectly. Oh,
by the way,
Michael right there. There's Michael. Michael's busy. Michael. He's in court.
He's still grieving from his aunt. Somebody said they can't decide if Judge Davis is attractive or not. The most attractive thing she does is when she puts things in her mouth and when she does this.
Do you think her tractor's sexy?
Maybe.
And I'm assuming that's when they told him to get a protective order. He's saying that I threatened to kill him 3 times.
It was only 2.5.
When did this happen exactly?
So this is your time to tell me. He said it happened after the police left.
No time for questions.
The confusion. Because if you took a protective order out on me because I threatened to kill you, you ensued violence on me. The police came. Even when I was trying to microwave my food, you were standing in my face.
So don't say you. Don't talk to him. Say he. So you're talking to me.
Standing in my face, harassing me, saying, don't use the microwave, like this continued even after. And then that's when all the
don't use the microwave
protective order. We do not, this was an isolated event. I'm not violent towards him. He's not violent towards me. We don't interact at all. Like I said, he doesn't live in the United States. He's a permanent resident. He comes, just to renew his permanent residency. This is his house. I am not here to disrespect his house, Judge Davis. I have never even had it in my mind to be like, oh yes, let me do what I want here. I know I don't live there. I'm 28 years old, but that's, besides the point.
28 years old. Oh, PP alert. Don't use that microwave.
I guess if we can't speak to Michael, I think a mother would be pretty good too. I think you guys are right. Chat said that. I think that I almost think a lot of it's BS just because we don't have either of them to say anything. It sounds like we don't have any evidence.
But Mom's wasn't there. Mom's didn't see anything.
And like you guys said in the chat, she said bullshit.
Come on, Michael. Make an appearance.
Please.
Checking the PP.
So for me personally, it's just my apartment won't be ready till the 14th. So I'm moving out. And just Davis, he has 3 homes in Nigeria, correct? So he's going to go home, he's going to go back.
This guy does everything in 3s.
My mother, I live here 305 days out of the year with my mom.
Where are you the other 60?
For him to come and just do all this, it's just beyond me. And you knew, he knows, Judge Davis, I had nowhere to go. We know how COVID treated everyone. And you just did that. And that's really just, I don't.
How did it treat you, Creed?
Called me out my name.
I've got a TPO against COVID right now because of the way it treated me.
I'm on his side.
I oddly am too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're here in this court. So
I think it was out of fear. I think this was pure.
Oh, by the way, Cole, I'm guessing that was 10 bones. 10 bones!
That was almost 10 hallelujahs, Cole. Thank you so much, PP. Appreciate it.
Hope it treats you good.
Animosity and pure vengeance. Which is
Where are you living? Are you
That's what it comes down
still
to.
living at
Down
the
to the mic.
or will be living at the residence, depending on
Yeah,
what
I just need to be there until the 14th. Like I said, my apartment is just ready. And that's it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but likely Judge Davis, he'll be gone before I'm gone.
Okay, well, it's still a resident
death
we have
threat?
here that allegedly he lives downstairs and you were upstairs.
100%.
So
COVID gave me a lot
Star,
of
let me
time
ask
off.
you this.
COVID started
You
this
were
channel.
physically trying to
started
keep
this
them
channel.
from leaving the house?
Nope.
His mic is muted.
I have allowed her to live in this house since she was born. After she turned 18, I have allowed her. I have given her medical coverage until she was 26. I paid her fees. She stays here without paying any rent.
Ah,
There it is.
Utilities, nothing.
There it
That's
is.
okay because she is my daughter. And I felt like I had the responsibility to cater for her. But I don't want her threatening me, being extremely abusive to me in return to all that I have done.
I understand that, but my question is, did you physically, and you mentioned that in your testimony, physically, when you called the police, then physically try to prevent them from leaving the residence?
I couldn't because there were two of them. I couldn't. The only thing I did that was physical was hold onto the garage door. And that was when she chokehold me, to let the guy go through the door. I can't be physically aggressive with my small daughter. I don't even have the strength.
I love Kev's new picture.
And for her to say that she didn't threaten me 3 times, that she was going to kill me, I have no word. I can't, what can I say? She said it 3 times. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. If she has lived here for 28 years, why would I want her out now, if not because of this threat?
So
I have let her stay here even after you are 18. Why would I want you to leave?
10 years after.
No reason. But I don't want a situation where she will do something stupid. I'm age, I can go, but she will bear the consequences for the rest of her life.
has she had any contact after that incident? Since the police did not arrest anyone,
He's got to be something
was the
big.
communication and contact?
He said he works with the UN
before the temporary protective order was issued.
No communication with her.
Okay. Were y'all still in the same house?
No. She moved out of the house.
So she moved out that before she was served with a temporary protective order?
No. She moved out when she was served.
Okay, so my question is, between the incident and the service of the ex part of the order, were y'all in the same residence?
Yes, and I had expected that at least she would show some remorse during that time and come to me and say, Daddy, I'm sorry for what happened. It was a mistake. It never happened.
Okay. All right. Anything else from either party?
Coronavirus!
All right. We're going to be in recess for 5 minutes, and then I'll call y'all back in after I look
time
at my
warp
notes
here in
and
a
let
second.
you know
Get ready.
what
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna do.
Well, let's
Thank
do
you.
the time warp again.
In the house. And while the petitioner may have
Which spots?
instigated the argument
Fix it.
by preponderance of the evidence, I find that the respondent was a predominant aggressor in this. There was allegations of the 66-year-old petitioner being placed in a chokehold for which he had physical effects from for a while after. So I do have concerns about future acts of violence should the parties be in the same residence.
Oh, there you go.
So I am going to issue the order.
There it is.
the respondent, this order will be in place from today through May 10th of 2024 when it will expire, unless there is any further court order modifying anything. The petitioner will have the sole and exclusive possession of the residence as it relates to the respondent, and the respondent is to stay away from petitioner's residence, workplace, and school, and not have any contact with him and not come within 100 yards of him.
The free ride's over, Creed. The free ride is over.
I think she got it right.
For once, she definitely got it right.
Yep.
Like I said earlier, sometimes we have TPO cases where the respondent doesn't show up, so we let the petitioner go ahead and speak their mind. In this case, that's what's going on. Thank you. You're welcome.
They really like that.
This is what we're going to see. So this is something a little different, but it's a hell of a story.
Good question. We didn't get to that part.
Any participants or viewers out on the World Wide
She gets
Web
one.
are not allowed and strictly prohibited from recording, and any unauthorized recording may result in criminal contempt consequences.
Talking to y'all.
Ms. Battle, as I said, your petition was filed on April 19th of 2023. The ex parte order was issued on April 21st of 2023, and service was perfected upon the respondent by the Sheriff's Department on May 4th of this year, 2023. So at this point, the respondent has been served and was provided with an opportunity to be here if he chose, and has not appeared, and it is now 10:23 a.m. and the calendar started per notice at 9 a.m.
Hello, Tammy.
Tammy, welcome. Everybody, welcome Tammy. Tammy, nice to meet you. I'm not that funny.
Is there any reason for you to think that he's in custody anywhere?
Not that I'm aware of. One of his friends called me yesterday and said they spoke to him, so he is aware. No, I'm not sure. I'm just fearful.
But you're not aware of him being, say, in the DeKalb County Jail or Fulton County Jail or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so based on that, then we can proceed today. If he were, then it would have to be scheduled, because then he wouldn't have an opportunity since he's been held in custody. But since there is no information that he is, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, please, ma'am. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
That dude is sitting very close.
And can you state your full name, please, ma'am?
Adrian Prather Battle.
Okay, and how do you know Mr. Darian Arnest Prather?
He's my brother.
Oh.
And y'all lived together at some point in the past?
When we were adolescents and children, yes.
When they were young, they used to sleep in the same bed, apparently, too, and not too close for comfort.
How cool is it that her last name was Breaker and now it's Battle, and she's Breaker Battle? I mean,
pretty good name.
That's a great wrestling name, Breaker Battle.
Did you live together recently?
No.
Okay.
Not since we broke up.
Yes. I told him to stop sitting so close.
All right. And what's been going on? What prompted you to file for this order of protection?
The night before, my mother recently passed. The night before my mother's funeral, my brother, he's been drinking and intoxicated on a lot of drugs, and he thought that I was spending my mother's money. Didn't happen. And he told myself and my minor son here, who's 15, Joshua Battle, that he said, I have a 38 bullet for you, and I have a 38 bullet for you. I'm going to kill both of you all.
But did they say it 3 times?
In so many words.
Yikes. Pew talk.
That's without all of the profanity, but basically those were his words.
Can we hear the profanity part?
And were there other people around when this happened?
There was one other witness who refused to come, but Patrick Stevens, I put that when I wrote up the report, Patrick Stevens, I put his phone number in there. He was standing right beside my brother when this happened.
Okay, and then were the police called?
Yes, I called them after the funeral. The only reason why, as I told the police, the only reason why I didn't call, I left and I went home. I was at my mother's house. The only reason why I didn't call them that night because I didn't want him to miss the funeral.
Okay. And then what happened when the police came out?
They asked me why didn't I call, and I told them the same thing. And they said, well, you would rather be alive than worry about him attending the funeral. And I told them, about my brother's previous history and how he tried to kill my mother and my son when they were in the house a few years ago. And they was like, that's when they gave me the paper to take a picture of to file a temporary restraining order at that time. It's like, you need to do this today. And that's what I did.
Okay. You mentioned something in petition about trying to burn the house down. Can you tell me what that involved?
Thanksgiving 2018.
A terrible time to burn the house
My
down.
mother
Terrible.
had cussed. She was keeping my son because at that time I worked for Hazel and Betty Ford Foundation, and I would travel to work. So this night I was in Paris, and I FaceTimed my uncle, and just to let them know I had made it to Paris.
She was in Paris? My God, 2 people back to back that have impressive jobs.
People like me that have a little bit of class, Mike, and we call it Paris.
Oh, well. I'm sorry.
And on the other end of the phone, he was like, Mayday, Mayday. And he showed me a picture of my brother who had driven my mother's car through her house.
Wait, what? Hold up.
And I
She just said drove the car through the house?
And then the house. And then she said what? And they were screaming what?
Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Too easy. Let's hear that again. Drove the car through the house on the road to Virginia.
My mother's car through her house.
Okay. Yep.
And I have it here.
Oh, come on. Yeah, please put it right up. I can't
Closer.
see it. Very good. A little bit closer, please.
Closer.
Excuse me.
And who was living in the house at that time?
My mother.
Okay.
Closer.
All right. And how did what your son was staying there too, though?
Yes, he was there with my mother. And my brother proceeded to take paper towels and place them all throughout the kitchen, trying to set the house on fire. One of the charges that he has, along with several, I think he got 12 charges that night, was arson.
Wow. Okay, brother. Her brother does have a little bit of history.
Do you know if that case is still pending?
I'm not aware.
Okay. And was that in DeKalb County?
Yes.
And so he was arrested then?
Yes.
Okay. And then
hold on. Did he set that? All right. Are those 2 separate things, or is he trying to like explode the car and then catch the paper towels on fire?
I mean, he drives into the house.
Yeah.
Once he's inside the house.
Okay. Then he
gets out and then starts setting paper towels on fire, trying to burn the house down.
All right. Just want to make sure.
So, he tried.
You're not kidding. It really does. It sounds like the start of a movie.
have you had any contact with him since that, or has he had any contact with you since the funeral?
He texted me and I did not respond.
What did he text you?
He texted me asking for the deed to this house. My mother purchased him a house, and he's asking me for the deed. But by myself and my uncle being executors for the state, I have to do things accordingly.
I mean, it's all about money, Creedy.
Deed, not the deed.
He wants the deed to the house. He wants the
money.
money.
My house. I like that.
I mean, these people are obviously very well off. Creed, they don't need the money, but they really want it.
Okay, so you and your uncle are executors of your mother's estate?
Yes.
We do have a voice message from them. Let's listen to that real quick.
You cheap, money grubbing bastards.
Oh, well. Point well taken.
Okay.
Oh, it got quiet, awkward silence.
Well,
he's been threatening the funeral home also. Like he's going on a rampage.
What has that threat been
He wants the death certificate. So he calls every other day, threatening them for the death certificate. I had to go up there. Miss Shirley said he calls every day. He went up there and she said they told him he can't come up here. We're going to arrest you. But she texts me. She calls my phone.
Why does he
your
want the
brother
death
keeps calling up here.
certificate?
He wants a death certificate. He's just being
think
very
there's things that you can do with
belligerent,
that.
and he's just irate because I'm trying to handle business. And he wants a death certificate. So now he takes my uncle every other day for a death certificate. And I meet with my attorney for my mother to stay on the 15th. So she'll let me know when I can give him a death certificate.
Okay.
I think he's got like an insurance policy on her. You need it for that, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I think that's a perfect example. I think there's a lot you can do with it.
So are you afraid? Are you asking the court to extend this order for 12 months?
Yes. I haven't spoken to I haven't seen my brother until my mother passed. And he found out that my son attends the Woodward Academy. And I'm just fearful that my brother he doesn't know where I work, but I'm just fearful that he's going to go up to Woodward Academy to hurt my son. Even though, the school has security, but I'm just fearful that my brother's going to Woodward Academy to look for my son.
All right. As an
Bet that
assault
costs
upon
some
you
money.
or
Because he threatened him also.
okay.
Private school, I'm guessing.
And my son plays football, so there's football games. It's just
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
So
what does a
based
football
at this
game have?
point, by
What position
preponderance of
does
the
he
evidence,
play?
I find there have been acts
Hi,
of
Daddy.
family violence,
Ah.
and I will extend this order for 12 months, given the recent threats and the ongoing executor issues that seem to be escalating. So this order will be in effect from today until May 10th of 2024, when it will expire
15.
naturally. He will be ordered to have, and you're asking for your address to be confidential. So in this order, it will just say he has to stay away from you and your children's residence, workplace, and school, and any subsequent residence, workplace, or school of you and your minor children.
That's it. She got what she wanted. It's a scary situation. If half the stuff she just said about him was true, he's a scary dude. And that's a scary face at number one.
Right. That's going to jump over to that.
This is Rusty Shackelford on the stand.
No, that's Victoria. That's Rusty's wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault. They look so much alike.
Those were 3 really good ones today, bud. And 2 for 2 with her that we agree with today, which is also a big win.
A true rarity. True rarity. Don't forget, by the way, before Creed thanks all these amazing people, like this video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. We had our first members only yesterday.
Yes, we did. We
got a case. It was a ton of fun. A very strange case, but nonetheless, a good time. Good time.
And remember, I think from here forward, Wednesdays at 5:30.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At least for now is when we're going to be doing that. But I love her express. I'm going to be laughing all day about him and his crying.
Such a great guy.
Legendary Bigfoot, thank you. New member Wiki. New member Shane, Angela, Shane threw in some money. Gary Shelby, or Shelly, Toby, Jessica, and Cole. Thank you guys so much. I don't know who Shelby is. Wickedy whack.
We appreciate it, guys. Also, quick note. There will be an announcement tomorrow made.
There will be. Will you tell me the day? Because I'm going to basically be gone all day.
During, we got a case tomorrow. During we got a chase tomorrow. Not we got a case. Scratch that. During, we got a chase tomorrow about a meetup that's coming in September.
In a hot state?
I'm always in a hot state, Reed. We love you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more action-packed fun. Take care now. Bye. 2:00 on the.
To purchase or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You cannot operate a motor vehicle without a